Hello, we're standing in our beet and Swiss chard field and pulling some green top beets for the share. And so we've come through and we've cultivated, so you can see little weeds coming up in our tractor tire paths, and you can look underneath. It's pretty clean. So we hoed once and we springtime harrowed twice using the tractor. And the springtime harrow really does just kind of rake through the soil like this, and it flicks out little weeds. So we did that a number of weeks ago. So you can see the beets are spaced pretty well. So these have been planted at the right spacing. So I'm going to pull a few of these, and then you pick off the like aged leaves or yellowed leaves. Um, we don't spray for, so you see these little dots. These are mostly cosmetics. So you'd have to spray a fungicide in order to not have those spots. And these are big enough, I can do 3 beets in a bunch. So the way that we handle these is you end up taking your twist tie. I like my label up. I pinch it with that finger. I pinch all the way around. That's how I train employees too. I want to rip both papers completely. So I'm going to actually do a full twist, and you can kind of see how the paper ripped. If I leave it like that, when we dunk these in the tank, these will fall apart. So I'll put another twist on it. And then these will go into the tote. That probably weighs, 2 pounds or so with the greens. The greens are really nice. So Swiss chard and beets are the same species. The Swiss chard is just selected for the stem and the leaf, and the beet is selected for, if I remember right, I don't think beets are actually a root crop. I think this is just an elongated stem, but I could be wrong. Haven't read up on that for a while. But if you like Swiss chard, you can cook with these beet greens. These are delicious. And I don't usually use the stems because they tend to be kind of stringy. Beets really like a fertile soil, so this is following chickens in the rotation. So we had chickens in here last fall, and then we had a cover crop of winter rye and hairy vetch here. We spaded that under and then planted the beets that had been early April. So here we are in early June, picking some nice beets, and some of them will be bulked out. So you look at some of these, you can see how big some of them already are. That's a nice sized half-pound beet right there. So enjoy. I love them roasted. You can grill them. Like if you think you don't like beets, cut them into big slabs, coat them in olive oil, and do them on the grill, and put that on a sandwich. It's not quite as earthy, and maybe you'll like it. If you really don't like beets, though, it's kind of hard to be persuaded. So have a good one.